Hey, it's your casual engineer slash producer here. It's been a little minute. It's been a little minute since I really posted videos like this. And it's been a minute since I've been on like YouTube, Facebook. I've been on TikTok, just like little videos and stuff, but it's been a while since I made a big video. So let me tell you what I've been doing the past 6 months. Still elevating, still creating a better me and just a growth mindset. So months ago, I was just really just thinking about what I want to do, who I want to be, and where I want to be at 5 years from now. Really like thinking about direction of the 5 year plan. And I was still recording music, still recording artists, still producing, still am, stuff like that. But it was like I had to focus on what I really wanted and what I really want. What I really want, Marcus. What I really want, Mac. I really want a land and freedom and just really knowing how to be self-efficient, sufficient. And so that's why I garden a lot, do a lot of holistic stuff and working out and stuff. So that's always been the bigger major plan. So I was like, how can I do that? So like I was asking people like to help with like on homes and stuff. Cause like if you want to have land and have a nice house, you have to learn how to build things, how to use tools, work tools and stuff like that. And I was really just trying to figure that out, but it was hard to really like find them type of people to help out. So I was like, bro, let me find a job that I can learn to do that. So I ended up getting into the HVAC field. You know what I'm saying? And I really like it. And the reason I chose HVAC is because it's like it's a little everything. Like I know a lot of, I mean, I'm not gonna say a lot, but I know a good amount of electrical, of course, about furnace, heating, airflow, air conditioning, and stuff like that, and wiring up stuff, and even making new outlets. And just, I really learned that stuff, and I wanted to learn stuff like that because when I'm trying to be self-efficient, sufficient, I want to be able to fix my house, rewire some stuff. And another thing is, I want to know how to do solar panels, putting up solar panels, using tools, and just learning that stuff. Because I've been getting good at gardening. I even want to help out Amish people just to learn some of the ropes and stuff like that, and some of the cattle and the animal part and stuff that. But let's get back to the HVAC. And that's why I really chose HVAC is to really learn that and come to find out. I really like it. I really like it. And it's pretty cool because like it pays a lot, bro. Like the company I work for pays a lot. It's I ain't gonna tell you how much I pay, but it's a little higher than 30 an hour. Sometimes I'll be making 40, 50, 60 an hour. Like it's really pays great and it's really like changed my perspective of things because like as an engineer and producer, it's coming to a time where AI is coming in the picture. You push a button, AI makes a beat. You push the button, AI makes the song, engineers a song. I even heard a song that was mixed by AI, and I was like, bro, this is incredible. Like, this is incredible. Like, you don't really need me. Like, but I can still make it sound a little bit more organic. You know what I'm saying? Make it sound a little bit more better than AI, a little crispier. But I wanted to really plan ahead, and you never know. Sometimes you got to pivot, and yeah, I want money and freedom. I love music and stuff. I still do it, stuff like that. But my main goal was just also just really being free. Like I'm not even trying to be rich, but I'm trying to be in a position where I don't have to depend on nobody. I can just be in my land, got my own water, know how to do the water well, know how to filter the water, know how to pull up my electric panels and all that stuff and fix the house up, fix the uppers, got the tools, know how to use the tools. I just wanted to be self-efficient like that, grow my own food, learn how to cook my own food and just do stuff like that. And getting into the HVAC field, it really like opened my mind up and see me that I can really make it happen because like I'm really like getting paid a good amount of money to really actually start striving for that more. I was making decent money running a business, still running the business and stuff like that, but not like the money I am now to where I can actually have put it in different funds like investing and stuff like that. Like really open up a Roth IRA and really investing in the SP 500 and getting a high yield savings account. And that's what I've really been doing. It's just so I can really make my money work for me. Cause like when I was running it, I was kind of going like week to week, paycheck to paycheck or day to day pay just to really survive. Cause like I live by myself and I don't really have much people to depend on. So, and I got people depending on me too. So, and getting into the HVAC field, I started making more money and just really and I do residential, so I'm starting to see like houses, how they are, and how they're built, finished basements, unfinished, attics, and just how they see how like the whole structure is running new pipes, flue pipes, drain and stuff like that, line sets, and it's just really it's like yo, like I really like this, and I'm gonna tell you like I keep saying this. HVAC is super easy, super easy, super easy. You might have hard situations, but it's super easy. Like I worked in a restaurant for years, bro, for years. And that shit was harder than HVAC. Like running up the line, serving people, dealing with servers, doing all that. That shit was harder than HVAC, bro. And I'm a real blue collar worker now. Like, and it's not really that hard as long as you know how to do electrical, know your safety, know your high volt, your low volt, and learn the basics and stuff like that. It's really easy. It might get a hard situation, a small, tight attic, or crawl space and stuff like that. And it also makes you tough, like. Cause it be dogs. I do residential, so it be dogs and stuff. It be snakes sometimes when you working out in the summertime. I don't know, claustrophobic addict. I'm glad I'm not claustrophobic because I didn't know if I was claustrophobic because I've never been into the situation to be claustrophobic. You feel me? And I'm all about getting out your comfort zone. And all that stuff just really took me out of my comfort zone of doing things I didn't even know that I could do and would do. And it just made me like as a stronger person, as a stronger being, just getting into the HVAC, getting into the trades. And I really highly recommend that, especially depending on the type of job that you have with AI coming in. Man, it's coming in. It's going to take over. So having like a trade job will really keep you employed. Like you'll stay high valued. You will stay in business. You will stay running. You will stay making money. Because like even if you're not working for a company, you go to do side jobs. You'll stay skilled. Something that people can't take from you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I really wanted to do and put myself at. So like joining HVAC is one of like best decisions I ever done. Like I even wanted to do electrical, but I wanted to do just more than electrical. You know what I'm saying? So I even be like working on vents and just airflow and stuff like that. And I really like it. And I was really like just doing that and learning and working with my hands. I never knew I would like working with my hands and stuff like that. And I really do. I really do. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But like I had to realize, sit back. The main thing I was like, okay, Marcus, let me take a step back. What is it that you want? What is it that you want? What is it that you deserve? And sometimes some people don't think about that. They like try to go different routes that other people doing and what other people want. Not a lot of people want land, want to deal with all that. Sometimes chaos and stuff like that, and worrying about if your crops don't make it and stuff like that. Like, and I kind of like it might be hard. Like I say, pick your heart. It's going to be hard doing this. It's going to be hard doing that. It's hard being dependent. It's also hard being independent. So it's also pick your heart. But when you do that, is you're making yourself stronger, making yourself stronger. So when hard comes, it's not even hard. Cause I remember what a friend told me, he was telling me some stuff he's going through. And to me, I'm thinking like, bro, that's not really that hard. And but you never know. Like he just said, he's like, I know it don't sound hard because you went through a whole lot. Because he knows kind of the stuff that I went through. He's like, I know it's not that hard compared to you because you went through a whole lot, this and that, this and that. Because he kind of grew up together, but it's kind of hard for me. But then I start thinking that made me realize like I was blessed to go through the hard that I went through because that hard that he was going through was not hard for me because I went through much harder and I was also to help him get through that because as someone that went through much harder, you can really talk to people, help them calm them down. Like that's why I make a lot of videos of getting out your comfort zone and showing ways how to maneuver through the hardship because life gives you a lot of depressing situations. Trust me, I've been there. It's been times like almost lost my house, car, couldn't keep up on business, on money and stuff like that. And I just had to pivot and really just stay strong. I had to cut out a lot of bull stuff like, well, why am I complaining about bills if I'm smoking weed every day? Why am I complaining about hurting, being out of shape when I'm freaking drinking every day? You know what I'm saying? Every night. And I just had to stop a lot of that stuff. Don't smoke, don't drink. It's been a couple, I ain't gonna lie, bro, a couple times I did slip up. I did slip up and drink. Birthday, I hit a little something, something. But other than that, I don't even crave it or want it or just yeah, I became strong. I built a fortitude towards that stuff. I'm not telling people stop drinking, stop smoking. I mean, if you want to be in a certain place of your life, sometimes you have to stop that stuff. And I ain't gonna lie, some people are different. A lot of people say, "Oh, I can smoke and do this and that," but I always say, like, when you wake up, what you got to do? You got to smoke. Can you go to bed without smoking? Can you eat without smoking? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people say, "Oh, I can. I just choose not to." And a lot of times it's just addiction. And yeah, you can get addicted to weed. I'm sorry. I don't mean to push a button, bang, bang, push a button, but yeah, because I've been through it. I've been through that, and I didn't really realize that until I really got completely sober and stuff, and really just had to get disciplined. You know what I'm saying? The casual way. You know what I'm saying? Casual, confident, active, strong, unique, amazing, limitless. And that's how you can really live your life, and that's how you have to live your life. So if you want to be in a certain spot, sometimes you need to sit down, Get a notebook. That's what I did. Well, actually, I use my phone. So what is it that you want? What is it that you want? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? You know what I'm saying? And how can you get to that? And now I'm at the point where lately I'm all about investing and really getting into saving. Well, I got a high yield saving account and just putting money in there, 250 a week, 250 a week. Then I got $50 going into my Roth IRA, and then I also got a 401k. I'm just going. I'm going to stock it for 4 years, for 5 years, and then on top of that, I cut down all my bills. My bills was like 2,500 a month. I got rid of a lot of subscriptions, uh, changed up my insurance, changed up my Wi-Fi, and got rid of a lot of things. And then I also started budgeting. I was like, okay, I want to spend 150 a week, not even, well, less than 150 a week. So every day I spend something, I write it down. I try to keep it under $20 a day. I try to keep it under $20 a day. So your phone or a notebook, write down Monday through Sunday. And every time you spend something, write it down. Every time you spend something, write it down, write it down. And at the end of the week, add it all up and just see how much you had spent and what can you do better to improve the next week. And that's what I really trying to make on, because I really want this financial freedom. And financial freedom don't just mean getting rich. Financial freedom also means you're disciplined with your money. A lot of people can make a lot of money but still live in check to check and still be broke because they're not disciplined with their money. So it was even at a point where like when I first started HVAC, I started getting these fat checks, and I just started eating out a lot. I even was about to change my gym membership and paying the new gym $150 a month because I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford $150 a month gym and afford to eat and can afford that stuff. But I'm just thinking, I was like, just imagine if I really don't do that and cut that all back, how much money I'm going to have and where I can be. And just also investing in and have compound interest on top of that, getting educated on the financial tip, it could really put me where I want to be in the long ways. Because when you buy land, it's not going to be cheap, because you also got to make sure you have sewage, you got to make sure you have electric, road access, water, and all that stuff. And if anything bad happens, you want to have money to fall back on. And I didn't, from living check to check, I would be up a check, but then car issues will happen or medical issues will happen. Just something will happen, and I would have to dip in the savings and just be back at zero again. And I'm just like, no, like I'm tired of living that way. I want to have a buffer of where I'm at, have a certain amount. So I got two checkings account. One checkings account is like for like my daily spending. My second checkings account is kind of like a savings, but it's really like for my bills. Then I have a savings account. My savings account is really for my savings, but I only have $100 a week going into that. And on top of that, I got $250 a week going into a high yield savings account, which I'm using Pi Bank. They give you like 4% of interest. So every time I put money in there, by the end of the year, I get about an extra $300-$400 back in high interest savings. So, but I want to keep it going for about 5 years. I don't look at it. I don't look at my savings, and I don't look at my Pi account. I just let it stack. I could let it stack. Then on top of that, I got the Roth IRA. When I had got that, I'm investing in SP 500, S&P 500, which is like for like a bunch of businesses and stuff you're investing in. But I'm investing 50 a week. That's a little risky sometimes. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. But I'm just going to keep investing and just really having faith. Having faith. Let's get to that in a minute. But really just having faith that it's all going to work out and stuff like that. So I've been trying to get more financially literate. So if y'all listen to this, subscribe or like the video, share the video, but also just listen to what I'm saying, because it can really help you out and put you in a better position and make you get more aware of your money and where it's going. So, but back to faith. Having faith is the biggest thing, because a lot of times every time something bad happens, I will get down just a little bit, but I remember what having faith means, and I would just let it happen. I'll let it be. You know what I'm saying? And with doing that, a lot of good came from it. A lot of good really came from it. And just to rewind back to the smoking and drinking, that really helped my mental health to where I don't really stress that much. And just because when you're like, so when you're actively smoking and actively drinking, and then when you stop, that drinking brings the depression. You start thinking about a bunch of bull stuff that you can't even control. Then when you're smoking and when you're not high, you're kind of irritable and really stress out a lot. And that really helped me to help with my faith, because cutting out them things gave me a better level head. You know what I'm saying? It just made me really better level headed. And so just having faith really came a long way, because every time a bad happened, a good situation happened on top of that. So, but Yeah, so the last 6 months I've been still doing music, still recording, but now that's mainly like almost like a side gig. Oh, speaking of that, by financial and side gigs, have multiple streams of income. Have multiple streams of income. You can make content. Yeah, I make content, and I don't really get paid off of it because it's not that big yet. But this is something I like to do that can potentially bring me income. But I got income from producing beats. I got income from recording people, mixing and mastering. And then also with the HVAC business. So have multiple incomes to where you can put more into your savings and get out of debt and just really keep investing in yourself. I'm not saying investing in yourself by buying a bunch of things that can make you money. Yes, do that. But invest in yourself by doing things that can make you money. You know what I'm saying? And number one thing I would say is be confident. Be confident. Get out your comfort zone. The C and casual. And then on top of that, be active. You want to be active. You want to actively try to be better. Actively work on your savings. Actively be in the gym. Actively doing helpful things. Actively being healthy and eating healthy. And then you also want to be strong because there's going to be times you're going to feel weak. You don't want to be doing the things that you got to do, but you got to be strong. You got to stick to it. And then on top of that, I'm going down the casual, CASUAL, be unique. You want to be unique. Do something different that someone's doing, not doing. Because a lot of people's doing the same stuff, the same bull stuff, the same stuff that's keeping them back, and it just became a norm. Be unique. Do something different. Be outside of the norm. Because being outside of the norm really gets people to where they want to be. Like being rich, or if you want to be rich, famous. Them guys are not normal. Like, them guys are not normal. People that starting businesses and excelling at businesses is not normal. They're doing things to really help with the marketing and stuff like that. So you got to do that. And then also be amazing. Being amazing is by being at a high vibration, eating the right things, doing the right things, talking to people, helping out people, also like giving back, not even just money wise, but like advice wise, helping to change people's lives and things. And don't always just show the good, because you go back to my past videos, I was talking about times when I was down bad. And to be amazing is you got to show them mistakes that you made or the bull stuff that you was doing, because a lot of people's going through that same stuff, but they just see all the good and glamour and thinking, oh, my life sucks. No, a lot of people's lives suck. And sometimes to be amazing, you have to show the bad. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, be limitless. Sky's the limit. You feel me? So go out there, reach your dreams, reevaluate what you want to do, who you want to be. Sometimes you got to pivot, but always stay on that path. And that path can sometimes create different routes. And sometimes that route can still take you there. You might have to detour this way, detour that way, but just remember where the end goal is at. So that's all I had to talk about, all I had to say. And yeah, like, subscribe. If you've seen us on Facebook, follow, share. And yeah, man, I'm out. You dig. Peace.